I guess it doesn't mean it's not there. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, sometimes, man. Sometimes. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. All right, man. All right. Hmm. Hmm. And that's just how I know that you're just being lazy with it, man. You're just being lazy with it. It's like, which way do you use, you know? Mm. Man, stuff like that only works when you don't take it. When you don't take it, I mean, it works beautifully, man. When you do take it, it becomes a struggle trade, and you don't even know if you're gonna even make it out alive or not. I guess it would be nice if it wasn't like that, but it would be nice if it wasn't like that. Mm. 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 That was definitely a stop run. Hey, what's up, Tony Gold? What's up? All right, let's see. Let's see this. Let's see. I guess I just have to adjust to it. I guess. I just have to adjust. Mm. Man, all this shit feels so damn heavy, man. You know what? Honestly, I really don't know how to feel. I'm just kind of taking this short because it could be well, if I look to the left, it's but I mean the way that this thing is pushing higher, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm hoping for the best here. But I'm definitely going to take the trade. Yeah, gold hurt my feelings yesterday, man. Gold definitely hurt my feelings yesterday. I caught the drop, and then that shit, dude. Like, I just walked away from the screen because I was just taken aback by it all, man. I was just taken aback. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Where was I at, man? Complete, like, dude, it felt so random. It just felt so freaking random, man. And then it turns around and then it drops. I forgot where it was at. It was just so random. Yeah, it was this drop right here, I think. I got stopped out. Yeah, I got stopped out. Okay. Yeah, I got stopped out. Damn. Damn. God damn, dude. Anyway, gold hurt my man. Let me see if I can I can find it because I caught the short, and then out of nowhere that thing just I thought I was trading the Nasdaq. I had to make sure I wasn't trading the Nasdaq yesterday, or I had to make sure I wasn't trading the Nasdaq the way that shit just popped up. I can't. It wasn't on. It wasn't on this account. It was on this one. I was up about $1,000, and then $1,000 instantly evaporated yesterday. And I was like, you know what? For whatever reason, I'm just not allowing myself to win in this account with gold. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. What the hell? Let me see if I can find let me see if I can find it. Okay, yeah, this is where it was at right here. Man, this was the craziest shit in the world, man. It, it was just so crazy, man. So I get in, man. So yeah, so I get in short. I catch the short, and then like, dude, out of nowhere, this thing just pops up, man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I catch this short, and then this shit, then all my gains just completely evaporates like instantly. Thing pops up. I mean, my target was down here, and of course it misses my target. It pops back up. I drew this blue line because I was going to re-enter short here. I missed it, and then it drops, and then it pops all the way up, and I was like, you know what? Fine, fine. I really don't know what the hell happened, honestly. I don't know. Don't know what happened. I doubt it though. I doubt it. Nice.
Connection lost.
Hmm. Yeah, gold is definitely on one today. She's definitely on one. Gold is definitely on one today. All right, so yeah, I'm just waiting for the market to pull back into this area. We can see that the value area high. Well, you guys can't probably see it, but I'm trading at this value area high. The one thing about gold is that it does the same thing, and it's just hurtful when I doubt her. I think gold is probably one of the most consistent instruments that I've traded, and I continue to doubt her. I don't know why. I continue to doubt her, and she does the same thing all the time. Maybe that's what it is. Because she does the same thing all the time, I think it's just a natural instinct just to try to switch her up. Interesting. Interesting. Looks like the market is following that. Hey, yo, what's up, Cape Trader? How to be entertaining. You know what, K Trader? I don't think that's ever going to change. I don't think that's ever going to change. No, yeah. I mean, at one point in time they didn't, but but now they do. You don't really need the negative one. Hmm. You know what? I mean, I think it's been very clear that the Bears are really not in this market anymore. It's pretty clear that it's all the Bulls that are making these moves happen. The Bears are just there to help facilitate the move. I don't I don't believe the Bears have been in control ever since ever since because I remember that stream like it was yesterday. For whatever reason, I remember that stream. Uh I had it all planned out, and that was the first time like looking in hindsight, I just knew it because it's that specific moment imprinted on my mind. There was so much supply. This is when the market, at least on SPY, it went down to like 495 or 494. We had that big drop on the war, and the market makes a full recovery. And I'm thinking to myself that, okay, the market can push up higher, but there's so much supply. I'm just gonna take this big giant short. I'm gonna probably catch 1,000 points. I had it all planned out, and the Bulls just kept eating through all of that supply like it was never there. And at the time, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, this has to be a mistake. This is major supply. Why isn't the Bears holding this area? Why are we not even seeing a rejection? When I say that the market moved like the Bears wasn't even there, we had no rejection. It's just all the Bears that were holding their positions long term was just used as liquidity to push this market higher. And ever since then, that's what the market's just been doing. It's just been climbing and climbing. And every time the Bears, or at least at the time, I thought the Bears were doing something. No, it was just the Bulls. The Bulls taking their profits, Bears selling into that, thinking that finally, we're back, baby. And then when the Bulls start buying again, the Bears just get used as fuel for the market to go push it higher. It got to the point to where I was a perma bear. How often? I mean, I take short positions sometimes out of just pure habit. But I hate taking shorts now. I used to enjoy shorts. I was a perma bear. Didn't like taking longs. I didn't have an eye for longs. I did not like the idea, or I do not like the idea that in order for me to make money, everybody has to come in agreement at a level, because that's what longs are. Everybody has to agree that this area is a good area to buy, and you have to have everybody to agree on that. And in a market, in a dynamic market, that's not an easy thing to do. But fear is a very powerful emotion. I can play off fear. People sell out of their positions all the time due to fear. Fear of missing out, fear of loss, fear of losing their profits, blah, 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 whatever they're afraid of. That's what selling is. I don't need everybody to agree. I just need everybody to be fearful and to sell. And when people become fearful and they sell, all it takes is one person to sell, and then it's a domino effect. It's a domino effect in the market. That's why Bitcoin is such a bearish bull market. Everybody is trying to always buy Bitcoin, but that shit is always, nobody wants to hold it. Nobody wants to go for the home run trades, or at least normal traders don't want to go for the home run trade. So they're always selling out of their position. It's fear and greed. But we don't get that anymore. We don't get that anymore. I mean, we got a new generation of traders, though. Cave trader. I'm pretty. No, but Alfred has. Alfred has. Why are you asking, Poco Trades? Are you considering resetting your account? Now, if I'm going to speak for Alfred, I mean, because we kind of talk about this a lot. Alfred resets his PA account because usually when he resets his account, he's getting the money, like as soon as he resets it, he's getting that money back, paying for the reset and taking the payout and the profits. So yeah, it's a hit to his P&L. Hey, what's up, Steve? It's a hit to his P&L, but he's making that money back. Now, if that's not you, I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just finish this statement. Yeah, if honestly, a lot of these firms are now offering an option to reset your funded account. And me personally, if you're not getting paid out, if you haven't had at least 3 payouts, then I would just start over. Because obviously, if you're resetting these accounts, these funded accounts, and you're not getting paid out, I mean, chances are you're just going to blow it again and you're just wasting money. So, And he says, no, he was wondering, you heard today is expensive. What do you mean by that? You heard today was expensive. Yeah, Alfred is, he's been cleaning TPT. Honestly, what I'm more surprised is that someone hasn't reached out to Alfred from TPT. Brought him on like a show or something. Use him as a spokesperson. I'm pretty sure he's not the only person getting paid out, but he is one of those people that is constantly getting paid out from them. So I'm surprised they haven't even reached out to him. That's what I'm surprised about. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean the way. Well, I guess you know what? That's actually I never thought about that, Cave Trader. The prop firms that do not offer funded account resets are the ones that have the straight to funded accounts. And the one that doesn't have the straight to funded accounts offer the resets. Oh, that's interesting. I just thought about that. I'm pretty sure you'll have an outlier in there somewhere. But the ones that don't have a straight to funded account usually have a funded account reset. And it's around the same price. So Alfred basically scalps. He scalps. He said that he likes to using the 50 EMA on the Nasdaq, and he builds this position, and then he adds as it goes in his direction. And I guess the most important thing is that he takes his profit. He takes his profits. He commits blasphemy and he gets paid for it. Nah, let price hit that TP, damn it. Let it hit that TP. And he says that as he builds his account balance, that's when he'll go for like a bigger trade or something like that once. But I mean, honestly, I think that's how he trades. That part is how he trades the evals. But I mean, shit, there's really no point in letting your P&L be drawn down where you can just withdraw that as a payout. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't do that in his in the pro account. Yeah, I mean, shit, he gets it back. Yeah, he definitely gets it back. Shit, every time Alfred buys an account, TPT probably punches the air like, God damn it, him again? Him again? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think gold's gonna be nice to me tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this sitting overnight. Maybe I should. I think this thing will probably come back overnight and hit this damn limit probably. The one time I leave this thing sitting overnight, this thing's gonna probably blow through that. Well. But yeah, the TPT resets. I mean, the TPT, the way they got it set up, I mean, it's definitely a journey. It's definitely a journey. It's an emotional journey. It's specifically designed to capitalize on greed. Specifically. They make you wait for it for 5 days. And then after you get past the 5-day mark and you finally get into the account, they tell you that, hey, you have a trailing drawdown. But if you can get past your buffer, you can get paid out today. So after waiting 5 days, flipping contracts, because they let you pass it on the first day, which is another thing. Now, if they had a consistency rule, I think at one point in time they did. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but the psychology behind letting you pass it the first day is genius, because now you got it passed. What are you thinking about? You're thinking about all the payouts that you can get every day. And all you have to do now is just flip contracts until you get into the pro account. It's genius. That's what the trader is thinking. You're thinking about all the money you're about to make. And then finally, they make you wait for 5 days. You get into the account. They give you a trailing drawdown. Me personally, imagining myself in a situation like that, it's highly unlikely that I stop trading. I'm going to at least get past that buffer if I can. Because the trailing drawdown definitely changes the psychology about everything. Because if you take a loss, I mean, that trailing drawdown takes away the risk to reward in trading. It's, man, if I take a loss, not only did I lose my drawdown, but I lost my P&L as well. So I got to get that back. And if you're trading the Nasdaq, we already know how crazy she is. With the chopping and the pulling back and the random turnarounds, the swipe liquidity, and then the move to your target after she stops you out. These prop firms love the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq didn't exist, I think a lot of these firms wouldn't exist, man. It's the Nasdaq that keeps these firms paid. That's why you'll never see them ban Nasdaq, no matter how volatile Nasdaq is. I mean, we've seen it. They banned silver and gold, but they have never banned Nasdaq. Never. They haven't even put no limits or restrictions on Nasdaq. It makes them so much money. Low key, the ES will blow your account too. On a trailing drawdown account with ES, if you're trading the mini, low key that will blow your account. Because usually when people trade the ES, because of how it used to move, you had to trade with size. So you would have to get in with like 5 ES contracts just to make a decent amount of money. Like 9 points on an ES contract is only $450. 10 points on an ES back in the day was a good trade. And if you had one contract, it would have been $500. So you had to put multiple contracts on just to make decent money. And with a trailing drawdown account, the ES isn't volatile, but if you don't close an ES trade and just accept the loss, ES will keep going. So ES can be low-key dangerous too, but it's really Nasdaq for real. Yeah, ES moves a lot now. ES kind of moves like, I feel like it's a mixture between Nasdaq and ES, because I feel like ES trends more. It chops and trends. It doesn't necessarily move how it used to. That's why I just won't trade it no more. It chops and then it trends. You see, like, just how it chops, and then it chops and trends. That's how the ES moves now. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how anybody can trade this and be consistent, because it's so. The price action on ES now is disgusting. This is an ES price action. Let's go to like the 2000 tick chart. See if that makes any different. Yeah. It's completely disgusting. This price action is disgusting. Chops and trends. But yeah, honestly, I wish the ES would move how it used to move, but then just make more than, like, if the ES would, if I could reliably get a 20-point trade on ES and have it move similar to how it used to move, I feel like that will be perfect price action for the ES. And I guess it will kind of be too easy, especially an experienced ES trader. That was just my only gripe about ES, and that's why I just couldn't take it seriously, because a 10-point trade is literally it was a great trade on the ES. If you got more than 10 points, it probably go like maybe 11, 12 points, and then it would reverse. If you get a breakout, the breakout leg will probably be 15, 20 points. But for the most part, in a range, it's gonna be 10 points or less, which is kind of horrible. But now the ES says like, nah, shit, we're moving. But there's no more structure. There is no structure. There's no, and these are, this is a 2000 tick chart right here. Go to a, I guess we can go to like a 1 hour, look at the 1 hour. But yeah, I don't want to trade a time-based chart. It's a 5000 tick chart right here. Yeah, the structure just ain't the same. I just hope gold never changes. I think gold has, if ES traded the way that gold trades right now, the ES will be perfect. This will be ES anonymous, and I would just solely trade ES. I feel gold is, right now, the way that it moves is perfect. I can get a 13 plus point trade. I mean, I think we caught 41 points in one leg today. We caught this move right here. Yeah, so we caught this move, and then we turned around and caught that move. Perfect execution, perfect structure. And I hope gold doesn't ever change this. If gold kind of goes back to trading the way that she used to trade, kind of like similar to ES, I would probably still trade gold. It's just that I would just probably go to minis. But gold moves so much that I can get away with micros right now and still make money. I enjoy the fact that I can talk about my trades too. That's the biggest thing that I enjoy, is I can talk about my trades. Nasdaq, I don't know, man. I don't know. But we was actually talking about this trade. So Santiago had this trade. He took this trade in the sim, and it worked out perfectly. And we talked about earlier about, if you see your setup, regardless of what time of day it is, take your setup, because the market doesn't care what time it is. The market does not care what time it is, because sometimes the market takes all day to go back to an area. We got a breakout retest trade right here. And it comes back to the 50% of this range perfectly. Perfectly. Dang, speak of the devil, Santiago. We was just talking about you, man. We was talking about the trade that we was talking about earlier. And how this thing worked out perfectly. Perfectly. Yeah, we was just talking about you, man. I was talking about the trade that we went over yesterday, or earlier this morning. And how you took this trade in the sim because you were following your time-based rule. And I was saying that, kind of like what we was talking about earlier. The market doesn't care what time it is. Like on gold, my setup happened like this area right here. It literally happened at the start of the session. I almost I I was kind of upset because I had an opportunity to short at this level. I had an opportunity. I was literally I walked in front of my desk as it was coming into this level, and I told myself, I just kind of want to wait. I try not to come in at the open and trade because I don't want to turn it into a habit. And sure enough, because I didn't take this trade when I had the opportunity to take it, not only does it dumps, it exceeds where I would have targeted my P&L target. And it super works out. Not only does it works one time, it comes back in the same area and say, okay, well, I'll give you another chance to take it. I was like, nah. And it's like, oh, you don't want to take it? And I was like, nah. And then it works again. And I was like, okay. All right, man. All right, man. All right. Okay. And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when you have a setup, I mean, the good setups that happen, it doesn't happen instantly. It happens over time. You can get lucky and get into an impulsive move that just happens. You can get lucky. But the A+ setups, the S tier setups, those are the ones that usually take a lot of time to set up. Because, I mean, this one, it took the entire session to set up. $680. So yeah, this was the area right here, 680. This area right here, the market comes into this area and dumps. And it didn't care what time it did it. It did it when it got there. So, I mean, I was also saying, Santiago, that I have to kind of pep talk myself about that too, because if y'all guys recall, I had a cutoff time at 9:30 at night, and then I had a cutoff time 9:30 in the morning. And then I removed the one in the morning because I kept seeing the market set up like later on in the day. And it's still my setup. It's still the setup. It hits it perfectly. I get the reaction that I'm looking for. And I wouldn't have gotten it if I limited myself to a time frame. So I guess it's just me just rethinking how I trade. Rethinking, because obviously the market is not like how it used to be. It used to make sense back in the day to cut off before lunch because the volume would dry up and the moves would be uncertain. But we are now trading in a time where New York, which is where the most volume is traded, is the most choppiest, sloppiest session out of all the sessions. Asia and London appears to be are both considered low liquidity sessions, and those are where the clean moves are happening. And in the high volume session, we're getting chop and slop. So let that sink in. Yeah, I mean, and this is during the New York session. So obviously the market, I mean, it's been adjusted. They said all the ICT traders are saying that ICT said that they changed up the algos, and I don't want to sit here and say that. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that obviously the markets are moving different. All the moves are happening overnight now. And it makes sense. The algos have an easier time to make a move when there's less restriction in the market. You don't have everybody in their prop firm accounts trading against the algos, and the algos are trying to get somewhere, and you got somebody randomly full port shorting. So it's just easier to do it overnight while everybody's asleep. Makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the war has something to do with it. But honestly, that's nothing new. It just seems like we're in a new war with somebody in the Middle East. It's very interesting that the United States likes to bully them. Oh, I guess I don't want to necessarily say bully, but for whatever reason, we feel that we can just invade any country in the Middle East. I don't understand why, and that we can tell the countries in the Middle East what to do and try to and control who's in charge. I mean, I get. I mean, I understand why, but so I mean, the United States being at war with the Middle East is nothing new. Honestly, I'm surprised people even take it seriously. I mean, I think what last year, well, no, actually, we really can't name a year that we haven't been beefing with somebody over there. There's always something. And then speaking of that, I saw this video about the quote unquote meteor that hit somewhere in Ohio. That's interesting. But for whatever reason, and this is my opinion, but when I saw something about it says something about a meteor hitting in Ohio, I instantly thought about a satellite. I instantly thought that it could be a satellite. Obviously, I don't know. It's an assumption. But my mind automatically said satellite, even though they was talking about a meteor. But I found that interesting. That of all the places in the world, that house that they showed during the coverage of the story, just imagine that person. Hopefully that person wasn't home. Hopefully nobody got hurt. Hopefully. And then you come home. You 9 times out of 10 the person hates their job, stressed at work, and then you get a call, or if you got a ring cam, you get a call or a text or something, and you come home and half of your house is gone. Insane. You said you haven't watched it yet? Hey, yo, what's up, KD? Yeah, I saw it on social media. I mean, if you type it, well, actually, let's type it in, man. I mean, market's not really moving or anything. Let's see. So they said that apparently this is a fireball meteor that hit Ohio. But for whatever reason, I think it's a satellite, honestly. Okay. All right, so I guess they don't want us to watch the videos. I guess they're trying to scrub the internet because, as y'all guys can see, the page just straight up went blank. Maybe we're not supposed to see it. Okay. So I was saying that was supposed to be a meteor right there. But yeah. I wonder if we're being prepared for something. I wonder if we're being prepared for something. Or in the next 10, 20 years, we're going to be living in Futurama. We're going to be living in Futurama. Will all different types of species and aliens and whatever are living in harmony, all in one place? It's going to be Futurama. There's supposed to have been a house that supposedly got destroyed. Let's see if we can find it. It's house in Ohio. Oh, okay. Oh no, that's not it. That's interesting. You would think that the Is NASA still considered a reputable source? Do people still trust NASA? Because what I find interesting is it's kind of like that situation where NASA you're supposed to be the first one that tell us about this shit. You're supposed to say, "Hey, there's a meteor coming to Earth. You need to evacuate this area." Nobody cares what the fuck you got to say all after the fact. Like, no one cares what you got to say all after the fact. This shit already happened. It's like me talking about, yeah, I would have took that trade. Like, no one cares about that shit after it happens. And for whatever reason, I can't find an image of that house I was going around. So, all right, whatever. It's not a big deal. But I just found that very interesting. That was interesting. Nice. Nice. Shit, I guess. It's like, yeah, we at NASA, we confirm. Yeah. I do. You should have been telling us that shit before the shit even happened. NASA. I don't care what you got to say now. You know, honestly, what I don't get is I don't understand why the government, media, powers that be, etc., fill in the blank, how you ever want to do it, but I wonder why. What's the point of hiding information? I mean, what does that really do? Everybody has the internet. Everybody has phones now. What's the point of lying or being misleading or classifying, basic information? If aliens exist, or at least in the sense that, in a way that we're taught how they look, and what's the point of hiding that? I mean, the only thing that I can think of is it'll probably be a hit to religion. But why would that be a hit to religion though? I mean, it's not like people came up with these terms by themselves. I mean, they were taught these things. You can say that aliens are beings too, or some shit like that. I don't know. But I don't understand why the existence of quote unquote aliens would be a threat. But but and when you say that we're back into the range, Santiago, are you talking about the Nasdaq? Honestly, I was considering the meaning of that, Santiago, because I mean, technically, anything could be a simulation. Technically, a fabricated reality. Because I mean, honestly, I mean, if you're not living in the well, then at the same time, I mean, even if you're living in nature, even nature has a system which is a simulation. So it's like there's some truths in that if you really understand what it's talking about. Anything with systems, a quote unquote fabricated reality. Hmm. Let's look this up. So a simulation is a model-based imitation of a real-world process or system that allows experimentation, analysis, and training without engaging the actual system. Schools is a simulation. Our jobs are simulations. Traffic, society, the way that we operate in communities, the way that we engage with each other. I mean, all those would be considered simulations. So it's like, yeah, technically, yeah, we kind of do live in a simulation, though. We kind of do. Because we're taught how to engage with one another. I mean, we all do things kind of like I think a very simple one that everybody does and everybody can relate to is like how when you're entering and leaving a building and without thinking you hold the door and you look back to see if anybody else is behind you and following behind you, and if there's somebody there you hold the door, and if nobody there you still hold the door anyway and look. I mean, that's a learned behavior. It's all a part of the simulation. It's all a part of the system, right? Just as a simple example, something that everybody can relate to. I mean, like I said, I mean, if you, I mean, are we using the word simulation as if like the Truman Show? Because I guess we have to be clear if we're using the same definition of simulation. And do we know what definition that scientists are using? Because we all know it's how people speak and the words that they use. And we all know that politicians use this form of double speak all the time. As long as they tell you the truth, they are not responsible for your understanding. That's why if you give your consent to somebody and you don't completely understand what you're giving your consent to, well, it's not their responsibility for you to understand. All they have to do is tell you the truth. It's your responsibility to understand what's being said. A simulation, that it feels like that's a very open term. Kind of like that definition we just read. Kind of like the Truman Show would be a simulation, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the way that people are thinking about a simulation, as if somebody is watching us and seeing how we begin to react or behave in an environment. And that's the simulation I think that everybody is referring to. But like I said, technically, regardless if somebody's watching us or not, it's all a simulation. It's all systems on top of systems on top of systems. That's all. I mean, even in nature. I mean, shit. We see nature go through its cycles all the time. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Flowers grow, they die, they grow again. Animals procreate, they die, they eat each other. I mean, everything's a system and it's harmonic. You have sacred geometry, Fibonacci sequences, vibrations, all that stuff comes together and forms one system, one environment that many lives. It creates a whole ecosystem for many species, many life forms to thrive. I mean, it's always. I am debating if I should leave this damn limit overnight. I would feel more comfortable if I got filled, and I wouldn't mind leaving that overnight. But actually, I do have to do this though. I actually do have to follow my rules here. I do have to follow my rules. I do have to follow my rules. I am. Oh shit! I did not see that. So I only trade one funded account on Fridays, and I lock up my other accounts. I only trade one funded account on Fridays, and I just trade my evals on Fridays because we all know how dangerous Fridays can be. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Tony Gold, exactly. We all know how crazy Fridays can be, and I'm not for it one bit. So I got all my Top Step accounts locked up. We made money in the Top Step accounts this week. I did a lot better this week. I'm proud of my output this week, but I can definitely do better. I can definitely do better this. So that's definitely what I'm going to be discovering for next week. I think Top Step has the. So I think they said April 1st is the last day that you can use that coupon code. I think it's like $26 off the now increased price. I think I may get 250K, 150K accounts maybe, and trade gold minis on there. I'll just trade the minis on that one. Yeah, I'll just trade gold minis on that. Ah, damn, dude. Gold is showing no mercy today. She ain't pulling back for nobody. She is not pulling back for nobody. I'm gonna cancel these orders though. I'm gonna pull these orders. I'm not gonna let these sit overnight. $7.10, huh? Looks like they're building on. Okay. 7.9. 7.9. 7.93. Yep. Shit, gold is always to the moon. Nasdaq just sitting there doing nothing, chopping it up. But we're gonna probably see a breakout on the Nasdaq, probably in London. The way that this is looking, we're gonna probably see a breakout, probably above that high, probably take out yesterday's session high, and we'll probably make our way back up into this range right here. Actually, we'll probably make our way back up into this range right here for tomorrow. Let's see. Do we got any news tomorrow? Do we have any news tomorrow? That's the question. So March 20th, a new chapter of Boruto is coming out. Boruto, even though it sucks now, but kind of invested into it, so gotta read the damn thing. But do we have anything? No. You said if I look at the 1 hour on the cube, we're expecting the 50. Okay, I'll look at that. You know, I used to like reading Chainsaw Man, but I'm kind of over it, man. That's just stupid now. I hate it. It's just stupid. All right, so yeah, we don't got any news for tomorrow. But you know what? I forgot. We do have Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking on Saturday. The last time this happened, or the last time I recall this happening, was in 2022. I don't know if it's happened since then, but the market chopped up on that Friday. It's super chopped up. The market just would not go to the up or downside. It just chopped in a range. Hopefully we don't get that. Hopefully we can get some fluent price action. Hmm. Yeah, hopefully we can get some fluent price action. So I might get some allies helping with the Strait. You know, I was watching this video earlier today, and someone said, "I wonder why they just doesn't open it. They don't drudge it out. They don't open up the Strait." But at the same time, that'll probably, I mean, it'll be dangerous because as they're trying to drudge out that Strait, I mean, Iran or whomever can attack whoever's doing it. So I mean, that is a strategic choke point. If they wanted to open up that damn thing, they would have done it, but they can use it strategically as they're doing now. Supposedly, instead of going through that strait, now tankers are going to have to go around, and based on this creator, it takes what an additional 2 or 3 days, and that will obviously increase barrel prices because of the added expense of the longer travels, which makes sense. I don't know how you can it's like, so I don't know how anybody can defend against an enemy that they can't see. I mean, if they're firing rockets supposedly from underground bunkers, how do you fight that? How do you fight that? And with it being so close, the interceptor missiles, they have to have a very precise missile interception system. Very precise. One that reacts instantly because of how close they are. I mean, with these air defense systems, I mean, they have radar and all the time in the world for them to lock on to the target and intercept these missiles. But with it being so close, he said flying or takers. Yeah, yeah. What do you got, Santiago? And you said the 1 hour on the Nasdaq. You said it's respecting the 50 on the Nasdaq right now on the 1 hour. Are you talking about this candle right here? If you're talking about this candle, then yeah, I see that. This is the range. This is the candle range right here. This is the range. We got the manipulation and then the pullback. Yeah. All right, so on NQ, draw the previous month low and draw the previous week low. All right, so the previous month's low and then the previous week's low. Okay. So roughly, this is the previous month's low right there. That's roughly it right there. So the low would be 454.25. 454.25. 454.25. Okay, so that's the monthly low. Lock that up. And then you said the previous week's low. Okay, so the previous week's low. So this will be the previous week's low right there. And that's 212.75. 212.75. I'm already beginning to see it. 212.25. 212.25. I'm already beginning to see it, Santiago. I'm already beginning to see it. Yep. It touched the 50% perfectly. Yep, I see it. SMT on ES. Yeah. So they're definitely buying here. I mean, even though these are red candles, there's definitely buying in this area. So I wouldn't be surprised of a push higher, but the bears are trying to sell it because we can tell by the body's candle. But technically, this is a bullish red candle. Well, I guess it's not necessarily formed yet. It's not complete yet. But right now, it's at least at the 50% of the previous body. You got this big wick. You have a higher low. So, we'll see if the bears follow through, but with all this failed rotation, with all this aggression and no follow through, we all know what that equals. We know that equals a short squeeze going to the upside when you have all the bearish aggression with no follow. Well, let's look at gold, and that'll probably be the last thing that we do today. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely I see it, Santiago. It does work. It definitely does. It definitely does. That 50% definitely works. That the 50 trade works. It works. You said gold is a swing trade? Well, this is the weekly chart on gold. But I mean, for me personally, as I've always stated, I don't look this high on gold because honestly, when the higher I get on gold, the less of a story it tells. I mean, this is a weekly chart, and this would be considered bullish, right? We have this separation from the 21 EMA. We have the market coming back to it. We're seeing a wick from it. Even though the price action on a smaller time frame suggests that we're bearish, this weekly time frame tells us that we're bullish. Daily chart, the daily chart is saying that we're bearish, but we do have the long-term EMA down here, and the market has been trending on the 21 EMA, riding it up. We did see a break of the 50 EMA, that medium-term EMA, and then it found its way right back above it and back riding the 21 EMA. And now we have, so in a situation where I see that we have the short and medium term EMA, and then they begin to cross, but the 200 EMA or the long term EMA is still underneath price, what usually happens is that we will see a bearish move down, but the 200 EMA will act as support and we'll see the move back higher. That's usually what I see. We'll see if that happens. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't happen this time. I don't even understand why I say that. It's not going to change. It does that shit all the time. It's not going to change. There's nothing special about this time. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to do the same thing. So it's highly likely. I guess you can't speak with certainty, but it's highly likely it's going to continue to do the same thing unless something happens, unless we get something crazy come out and the market reacts to it. But it's going to fix itself. So yeah, you see this move on gold? Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we can kind of see what happens to this position. Damn. You said 805 is a significant level. I want to see what happens at 715 right here. Let's see if 715 is going to act as resistance. Okay. No, I mean, I don't want to do that. But... Okay. Okay. Just gonna cut that position right there. Obviously, gold is on one today. Yeah, me neither, man. Me neither. Me neither. Gold is kind of just on one tonight, so I'll just come back tomorrow. We'll make that money back. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for me tonight. I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on